Hello everyone. My name is Shubhankar Chandra Banerjee, and I'm a recent front-end nano developer degree uh, graduate, and I completed my nano degree in mid of December, and I'm currently applying for the Udacity mentorship program. So I have to get this mock, display of my whatever I learned during my nano degree, and the topic which I choose is the introduction to JavaScript basically. So first I'll tell you something about myself. I am currently completing my graduation from Bachelor's of Technology in Information Technology basically, and I completed 3.5 years. Only 6 months are remaining. I'm in my final semester, and I applied for the nano degree around 2017 in the December, where there was a scholarship from Google. So I submitted my application and I was selected as a part of it. And on 14th February, I started my nano degree journey. So it had two phases. First phase was the scholarship challenge, where we had to create 2 to 3 projects and submitted it. So the projects I can recall is portfolio page and pixel art maker. I completed those and got selected for it in phase two program, the main program in May, towards the May end. And the nano degree is really interesting. It is a really boost for small self-taught developers who are trying to learn something on their own. So yeah, the nano degree scholarship was a great life changer for me, and I am currently taking the mock session, and the topic is introduction to JavaScript. So yes, what's JavaScript? JavaScript is a scripting language basically. Okay, so it does not have much relation with Java. It is somewhat like that. The syntax is similar, but it's different. Okay, so in web development, basically, I'll give you an introduction about it. It has two sides, front end and back end. So JavaScript is used in both sides, in the client side scripting, so front end, and also the back end scripting, the back end. Okay, so uh, we can also develop full stack application using JavaScript. The main stack is the main stack which is used. Main stack meaning the MongoDB, Express.js, AngularJS, and Node.js. So we can develop full application, full website through it, and it's really helpful for developing applications. So JavaScript was basically created by Brendan Eich, okay, and it has been in the background working, and around 2011 or 2012 it has gained a real boost, and today it is the fastest growing languages. Even on GitHub, the maximum number of commits or pull requests are from Node.js only, a JavaScript library. So yeah, JavaScript is really easy to learn. Its syntax is easy to understand. You could understand others code very easily, and it's easy to code, all in all, what I want to say. And the international ECMA International is the organization which standardizes the whole coding part, the syntax and all, and it releases a new update every year. New features have been added, and it is being updated daily, as far as I know, and I have learned a lot through it. So let's dive into it and know more about JavaScript. So initially, I would like to begin with the data types. Okay, so there are 6 data types in JavaScript, namely number, string, boolean, null, undefined, and object. Okay, so first we need to try and understand how these work. So I'll give you a simple example. Let's open the DevTools. In Chrome, I will be opening the DevTools. You can simply use the shortcut Control Shift and I. It will open, and you can switch to console. Okay, so in console, if we want to print something, then we use the function console.log. So first I'm going to print hello world as a starting, console.log hello world. So hello world is printed. The Chrome development tools uses the V8 JavaScript engine, and we use the built-in function control console.log, and we printed the word hello world. So now I'm going to give you an example of a number. So how do we check whether a data is a number or not? So we simply use our built-in function type of we type 7 is a number. So let's check if it's a number. Yes, the JavaScript states that it's a number. Now what about strings? Strings are somewhat like this. we could do type of, and let's check my name. It's a, okay, some error. Okay, see, it's a string. So yeah, any word you would type, it could be a string also. Okay, now let's talk about something about Boolean. Boolean data types are of two types only, basically true and false. Okay, so let's check true without using any braces or anything. See, it's a Boolean, and the type is false. Where does this Boolean data type is used? It's mainly used in conditional statements to check whether a proper condition is true or false. It's a basically used there only. Now we have three more data types which I'll let you know further. First we'll learn what are the different types of. Wait a second, let me adjust this. Yeah, so let's move to the variable declaration. Variables play a very important part. Okay, so they are the building blocks. So to define a data type, we basically initialize it as a variable. How we initialize a variable? Variables are initialized with the keyword var. Okay, var. So var a is equals to 7. Now we will check whether we can print it or not. So again, console.log, we print a. A is the variable we initialized. Simple. A. What is A? Let's check the type of A. Type of A would be a number. Yes, A is a number. Sorry, some mistake, I guess. A is a number. Yes, you can see that. Now, how do we use this variable? We can use this variable for a small function like addition. Okay, so let's try some addition function. Let's create a simple addition case. So let's take two variables. Variable c is equals to 7 and variable d is equals to 9. Now we print log the value console dot log c plus d, and you can variable c that the answer is given 16. So yeah, this is how we perform the basic tasks in JavaScript. Very easy to do. You could also do that. I hope you're catching up with it. And where is the variable used? Let and const are also used, but I'll tell you about it later. Initially you need to know that where is a variable, where is used the keyword, and you need to need not define whether it's a number or a string. JavaScript 8 engine is smart enough to understand that, and sometimes explicitly you need to define, but that's not the case here. So now we'll talk about the null case, null data type. Okay, now we can take a variable like a b c and assign it a value null. What is null? Null is nothing. Okay, null doesn't signify anything. It basically says void or nothing. So now we print the value of abc, it will show you null. Null is nothing. Now we'll take the example of a case of I guess let's take a variable, any variable, hello. Okay, it is undefined. Undefined means the type of the data type of the variable has not been initialized yet. So you can see the variable here undefined is being shown. The JavaScript engine is saying to you that yes, it is an undefined variable. Now how will we check is it, how will we define an object? An object can be anything like I have a phone. Okay, so this is a smartphone. What properties a smartphone can have? It's black in color, it has a camera, okay, and it can support 4G. So it has different kind of properties, and an object is somewhat like that only, and it is very often used in our programming. When we program a code or make any dynamic thing, objects are really helpful in that. So yeah, these are the 6 kind of variables which we can see now. After studying the variables, I can tell you something about the if statements. Okay, so if statements are the conditional statements. If you want to provide a condition and tell the engine that tell us something with own statements. So conditional statements are basically if you want to provide a condition and check whether it's true or not. So how do we do that? We use the keyword if and else. So let's take a demonstration of that. If we let's first initialize a variable abc is equals to null. Okay, now we need to check if abc is equals to null. We need to provide a check, so we do a simple check that if abc is double equal to We do know that it's null. Now check whether the system knows it's null or not. We'll put it 7. We put a console log for printing. If it's not 7, then it would print console con. If it's not 7, if it's the case that it's 7 or something of a number, then how would we check it? We would simply print yes, it's 7. Okay. Else what would it do? Else part we'll add console dot log no, that it's not 7. Let's see if the is able to be if you're able to do it. See, the answer is no. So what happened, basically we compared with the APC variable. Okay, we signed it null. We needed to check whether 7 value is being entered in it or not. So the answer is no. Now if you want to check whether a value, what should we do? We could do anything. Could check if APC, let's first provide a variable b is equals to 19, and how would we do it? Variable c is equals to 5. Now logically a b plus c, let's put it in a bracket, plus b plus c should be equal to what? 19 plus 5 is 24, so it should be 24. So if the answer is 24, it should print a log function we are using, console.log true, else it should display false. How would we do that? Else part console.log false. Now let's see our maths is right or not. So see, it's true, 19 plus 5 is equals to 24. Now we are very clear that how condition statements are being used. First we provide a condition, then we provide what to do next. Else if the condition is not true, it will be printed false. This is a simple demonstration how a condition statement should work. Iteration. Now let's jump to iteration. Iteration is basically nothing but doing a thing again and again. So for example, I want to print my name 5 times. Okay, so what would I do? Or I want to add 7 again and again to a number. Let's do the name thing, it's easy. We'll go for the for loop. For is the keyword, and then we initialize a variable I, the value 1. I should be less than 3. We're going to print it 2 times. Okay, so I plus plus, this is the increment part. We'll do console dot log Shubhankar. Okay, this is printed. See, Shubhankar is printed twice. Now the value started from 1, I is less than 3, so it will be printed twice. Here the number 2 signifies that it has been printed twice. This is how the for loop works. In the similar way also, we could do the while loop. First we initialize a variable I is equals to 1. Okay, now with the while loop starts something like this, that I should be less than 3. We enter the inner block, console dot log Shubhankar. Okay, and let's do the increment thing here. In while loop we add the increment part later. So now the loop is closed. You see again Shubhankar is printed. So there are two basic types of iterations we could manage, and it's easy to do. Okay, so till now we have learned how to initialize a variable, how to check the type of a variable using the type of function, how to log or print anything on the console using the console.log method function. See, so if you keep the basics in mind, then it's easy to do. JavaScript is really easy, and I guess the basics of the whole demonstration are pretty clear. First, we learned about data types, then we moved to variables, how a variable var keyword is used, and then we moved to the iterations. The final part, that would be all. Thank you for the opportunity to provide me a mock trial, and I look forward to becoming a mentor for the Udacity mentorship program. Thank you.